Pushing the buttons. Flipping the
Buttons
switches.
depressed.
Throwing the
Yes.
levers. Getting the bird bath.
Pinning things to the proper location.
All right. Quiet on the set.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. As the Oracle foretold, two idiots who would misinterpret the news so you don't have to. Live from Deltona, Florida, the avatars themselves, Jack and Laz.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack with a lily in my lap. Heading, and this is a lunch with Laz.
What's that?
And Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and ours. Okay, maybe it's a Tyrion.
I was gonna say, I thought you had Tyrion in your lap.
Yeah, it's Tyrion. I'm so used to Lily being here that it's like, oopsies.
It's like an automatic
Messed up
reaction.
that name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But welcome to today's show.
Tyrion is being extra today, and his purrs are nowhere near as loud as Lily's.
Yeah, the little girl is over there sitting on the chair, recovering from her surgery yesterday, and you know, Rusty has no idea what to do now that she's out of the cage.
Oh,
well, she's also got the e-collar on, so I think he's looking at her like she's an alien right now.
Yes.
He's acting like he's more afraid of the alien creature than he is wanting to go see the new kitty cat.
Yeah, but you have to appreciate the way that Tyrion's tail is like just smacking me in the face.
Flop, 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 flop.
Yeah.
Meow. Oh, that's the cat
Meow.
on set.
Meow.
Yeah. That's the cat on set meowing.
Yeah,
We gotta give that cat a name.
The one that belongs to Jackson?
No, the one belongs to me. You don't have a cat on the set.
There's also one that belongs to Jackson.
On the set?
Yeah.
Where?
Do I need to log in Jackson to show you? Uh-oh. I see a Led Zepp.
Led Zepp.
Hello there, Led Zepp. How's it going? I like
I
the way he's mounting an invisible horse.
Oh no, he had a real horse.
No, he had a horse. He dismounted, then he remounted and dismounted an invisible horse.
Oh. Yeah, there's only one
Yeah.
cat roaming on set, and that's the one I put here. That's the new one from the store.
Yeah.
So why isn't Jackson's cat walking around the set? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Hold on.
And it should be on the set.
Yeah, well, let me go log in.
Oh yeah,
Jackson
you're
and see
right.
what
You're
happens.
right. Thank you, Led Zepp. I didn't announce in universe because I forgot to hit the enter key.
Oh,
I
whoopsies.
forgot to hit the enter key. There it is, fixed.
Okay.
You should know by now that we're here every Monday through Friday at
bye,
noon.
Tyrion. Enjoy
Bye,
yourself.
Tyrion.
Try not to be a menace. Or does Jackson just have a pet?
Good question.
Yeah, it may
I
just
think
be a pet.
I think it's just a pet. Yeah, it's not actually a actual critter on the lot.
This is the second time I've logged in.
I don't know. You better
Jackson.
watch his adventurer level logging in like that. You get all those experience points logging in.
I think that's actually how. Well, I think accruing the XP doesn't actually impact your experience. It's the using the XP.
I don't know. Good question on that one. Good question on that one. But yes, I see people getting in on the giveaways like Jigoku out there. So don't forget exclamation I love free shit exclamation bundle me. Giveaways are open on both streams. It's Fruck Awesome Friday right here.
I've got 3 people in on giveaways right now. Oh,
Yeehaw. Let me guess. Lovemir, Sagerise, and Jigoku.
Yes. How'd you guess?
The same 3 on my side right now.
Yeah.
Same 3 on my side.
Jackson is now online as he continues to load.
Bunch of no trade crap. That's a bunch of no trade crap.
Oh, no trade crap is the crappiest crap.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Jackson standing on his balls.
Yep. Oh, see, there it is.
Oh yeah, he's a pet. You don't have him placed as a NPC on the lot. That's what it is.
Yes.
Same cat though. They should place them so we should have 2 cats on the lot, and then we'll give them names.
See, the fun part is I can't dismiss them.
Ah.
So it's not.
Can you pick them up into inventory?
I can't grab him. So he is a pet. Decorations mode enabled. Okay, yeah, now I can pick him up. Come on. It won't let me pick him up either.
Let me rename him.
The fuck? How'd you rename him?
I believe that's my pet. It only shows up as yours because you're on the lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Why is it?
Yeah, because it's not your pet.
That's fucking Shroud math.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the talk to be about NBNN is also listed as Jackson as well.
Yeah.
And follows him even though he's not supposed to. Yes, that corn cob is yours. We left it there for you.
Yes, along with your lubes in the basket right next to you, and the pillow that you're sitting on for your roids. Yeah.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
It is. But you know what's not good?
I don't know. What's not good? The Tweeterverse?
moderation of the forums, and when it's not needed, and not
Oh,
when it's not needed.
yeah.
Yeah. Especially when it's irrelevant and it's a totally different topic. But we'll talk about that in a minute.
Hey, man, it was, I mean, it was tangentially related. But I'm still shocked that the Tweeterverse still has absolutely nothing.
That
And
really shock
yet,
you? It doesn't shock me.
hey, you know what? Something we haven't covered in a very long time.
What's
The
that?
QA server patch notes.
The QA server patch notes.
Yes.
I hadn't seen any posted, to tell you the truth.
Well, next week's is a release, right? Where are they testing these miscellaneous things
Yeah, the last
that they're
ones
supposedly fixing?
were the December 9th were the
December
last,
9th.
yeah,
Yeah.
last QA server patch notes.
Last QA server patch notes.
Yeah,
That means, when's the last time that the data on the QA server was updated?
been a while. That hasn't been announced or updated in,
Oh,
yeah,
that we're gonna do this every 2 weeks, and
yeah. Of course,
yeah.
when was the last time you logged on to the QA server? Yeah.
It's been a while. Hey, but I will say that I bought a bunch of scrolls today for below cost.
Ah, very good, very good. How much did you get
Yes,
them for?
yes. Um, um, 70 gold per
Oh,
and
nice.
69 gold per.
Yeah, we'll
And
put the cat
remember,
back down.
yeah, Slimy is on there, which is below cost.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Way below materials cost.
You know, the funny thing is that can I rename them here? I can't rename them now that Jackson's not back on the lot.
Yeah, can you even pick them up?
I can pick 'em. I picked them back up, and I can't
Okay,
rename 'em. I can't rename them in my inventory either, which is really weird.
excellent. Another bug that was discovered by Laz and Jack. See, there's a reason I thought that was mine.
Let me see if I
Oh
can
man, cat hair in my nose.
rename them on my lot. Let's just see, just real quick, see how that works. Come on, get up.
Will you be able to rename on your lot? That's an
Well,
interesting
I don't
question.
know if I've got any slots left on my lot because I've got all sorts of NPCs here already. Let's see.
I know that are trolling my property line.
Yeah, and as soon as I placed him down, where did he go? He,
Has not come back to my lot.
I don't know where he is. I don't see him.
It's the hunt for the cat.
Yeah, it's the mysteriously magical missing cat.
Dun, 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 dun.
My dog
I'm
is
running
in there.
around
Oh, there he is. There he is. He's hiding
inside the
behind the.
house.
No, he's hiding. There he is. I can rename him here.
Yeah, yeah. Inside the portal.
There we go.
Hey, well, because Laz puts a bunch of random shit on my lot, and if
Yeah, like
Laz and
this
I
stuff.
ever dissolved all of this, we would want to separate the items. His,
I would
mine,
think that
whatever.
the proper items.
Or if one of us did something that required pulling things and separating things. I mean,
You
it's
know,
a
although
couple
I
kinds
don't
of
know
reasons.
how the couches became in your name. I know I bought those couches. I
thought
bought
they were.
those couches at the beginning of
I
this
thought,
relationship. They're mine.
you sure about that?
Yeah, because
Placed by Jackson.
I had to have the makeout couches. You know that.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want the black leather couches? But yeah, so Laz, any conjecture
Oh,
on what's coming next release?
Bridge Troll. Yeah, you know we don't really care. Most of this stuff is stuff that we've placed and bought and put here just for shits and giggles. I don't think there's anything that I would feel bad about losing if I did lose it on this lot.
I think you'd worry about the trash can.
Oh yeah, well my trash can. You gotta have my trash can.
Yeah.
Gotta have my trash can. Gotta have my lamp.
Yes.
Gotta have my NBNN. I love this shit. Written in cheesy letters.
Oh yeah, because you paid for that. You paid for it. So, I mean, you might as well recoup that. And it's like, here's all these
All those
blocks of
blocks of
cheese.
cheese. Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that I can't transfer the lot ownership from Jackson to Jackson Assist.
Yeah, it happens when you hire Alpine as well. I know. I'm wondering if the actual database actually will correct it if you actually dump the actual lots, but like let's see
Yeah.
this painting over here. Yeah, the painting is placed by me. That's right.
You placed a painting?
Yeah, the floral painting over on the wall there. That
Oh,
was
yes.
yeah.
Yeah. The
But
portrait of the
anyway,
Envy Angel that I looted. Yes.
moving
Because
right along.
I killed the Envy Angel myself. Ooh, yes.
Hey.
Moving right along. Let's go talk about that forum issue with things that aren't the same that are the same.
Yeah. So we gotta go to the Ravlox post first, or are we gonna go?
Yeah, might as well.
Apparently, it seems like he merged two posts, but only announced one post.
Yeah. Folks, just a heads up, I merged the static economy thread with this thread as the topic is the same.
It is not the same.
The real question is, where's a post from the static economy?
Well, yeah, and it's not there anymore because he merged it. Now I happen to have I happen to have the original email telling me which is which. So the original email that came from the Galleon was called Game Economy, which if you scroll up to Segalian's post right up there, can't wait to bathe in the hate on this topic.
Oh, I can't wait to bathe. Let's see if this actually matches with anything related to a global item search.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely, my point. It has absolutely nothing to do with the global item
search is the thread topic. I can't wait to bathe in the hate on this topic. There seem to be some issues surrounding the in-game economy. My biggest complaint was that when I first started leveling my crafting skills, I lost money. Others have issues with outrageous price fluctuations from town to town. What if Catnip takes the average cost of every item for the last 30 to 60 days and sets that as the locked-in price? The item costs the same the world over. You would need to do this for both the buy and sell value. Then you can have the global vendor list without driving the prices down. See, this is where Ravelox got confused. The global vendor list drive the price down. It could be actually profitable to be a crafter. If we wanted some sort of ebb and flow to the economy, Catnip could set a max and minimum value for each item. The price would fluctuate either on-demand supply or both preferably. Starting today, an iron ingot has a base price of 100 with a max of 200 and a minimum of 25. If the current global economy was 1 million iron ingots, then as the supply drops, the price goes up until it hits the max of 200. As the supply goes over, the price drops. So you would need time factor so that someone doesn't drive the selling price up to the max so they can flood the market and make insane profit.
Yes. Now, in another post, which is titled Static Game Economy, is Bergen's post, which is next.
When there was a big push for them to implement a global item search, the owners of prominent market towns argued vehemently against it because it would then allow everyone to participate. Ultimately, I don't think that the players that played into the devs' decision to just do it as a local town thing. I believe it was more a dev resource issue, and that was the easiest thing to implement. Having a global item search, and even if it did not show prices, would for sure make things better. Ultimately, though, we need more players to have a better economy.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And
Things about economy don't belong in global item search. And the closest was Segalian actually tying the two ideas together in a different post.
yeah, so let's finish these other comments, which came later on
Okay.
yesterday.
So after Ravelox's
No, worry, write down
concatenation.
Warrior B, because these were comments
Okay.
on these other
Greetings, all.
posts.
It would be easy to create a global item search. Just have a database of all base items and set the price for each item. Then all vendors would have the same price and it could be easily updated once a month, week. Problem is, if all items were the same price, that would make a buyer buy from you versus another vendor. How would you make money? As real estate people would say, it would become location, 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 location.
Still
That would
is.
become the biggest cost to crafting, not the materials or time.
Location, location, location. When you have as many locations as I have, you're eventually bound to sell shit.
Well,
That's the whole point.
so the problem with like in-game real estate is further complicated because what becomes prime real estate when you have teleport to zone
And
and the
that's,
ability to
eh,
set a
ah,
ton of markers.
well, here is where it becomes the priority. But Indica, welcome to the stream.
Hello there.
Yes. Well, also the only thing about setting markers, of course, is if you can convince a player-owned town owner to
TOT owner.
set a
Yeah.
marker for you, but then people
Yes.
have to know that they're coming to your marker. Otherwise, when you zone into a place like Novia Market, Silverdale Market, New Britannia Market, any other marketplace town, having one of those houses that is right there in front of people's view becomes prime real estate.
Yeah.
Zoning into Owl's Head, one of the reasons why I really wanted that lot that Bridge Troll has or had, and let's take a quick rundown there. And
Okay.
while our lots for us, I mean, again, we're at the very, very back of
Alice said,
Owl's
very
Head, which is not
the
prime real
back,
estate, but to us, it's really prime real estate because what people
right
don't
by the
realize
bank.
is that the bank is right here. So when it came to moving stuff before bank boxes came in, we were very close to a bank, which made moving stuff easy. Now, whereas this piece of property, while it may not seem to be prime real estate, it is a zone point. And Jack's just going to jump over the wall.
Why not, man?
Because sometimes you get stuck there.
I don't, because I can jump.
Now, comparatively to this here lot, which is the one that I picked up from Bridge Troll, so when you zone in into the town crier over here, how many player-owned lots do you see in this area? You don't. So if you run through this area, the first lot you actually see is this lot, which makes it, to me, a very prime piece of real estate. And also why I have the other lot down here. Now, of course, then you have all these row lots behind here, which are, oh, that's really interesting.
What?
What they did with this lot. Not an actual
The
house
mushrooms.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then someone's trying to farm stuff.
Yeah. And then you had these, two, yeah, it's a wind farm. Didn't you notice that? Yeah, they're generating
Yeah.
electric for Owl's
Yes.
Head and selling it back to the
Yes.
grid. And then you
Yes.
had these little row homes back here, which were always, to me, the less than beaten path of,
Well,
you'll notice that most of these
actually,
vendors,
Laz,
yeah,
the less than beaten path in Owl's Head is actually the houses outside
uh,
the
outside
Palisades.
outside that fence back there. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Those are the off the beaten path.
Yeah. Whereas back in beta, Jack and I used to have these two lots right over here, which were to
Well,
us very prime because as people
we
had
didn't
to come,
actually own those lots. Someone allowed us permissions on that lot.
we had them for a while after we started off that. Hold on, I'm going the wrong way.
Remember when we had the lots all the way down by the entrance?
Oh, we had those too. Where am I at
Yeah,
here? There
those are
we
the
go.
ones we had before.
Right, but originally I started sitting on the lot next to this one, which is this lot right here. Somebody had a stool here, and I just started sitting here. But we got it
Yeah,
during one of the resets. We got both of these lots during the reset, I thought, or was it just this lot? And we used to sit here and peddle our wares because everybody had to come to the adventure trainer, Mervin over here, which of course made sure that everybody passed by our lot at the time. So I mean, but prime lots are really, when it comes to,
there really is no such thing as a prime lot to me.
I still believe there is, but when it comes to a place to live, I don't believe in a prime lot. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Well,
again,
is it?
location, location, location.
Yeah.
To me,
The
location, location, location is having lots in every possible city, in every possible place it's close to,
yeah. Oh, come on, spacebar.
Yeah,
Jump lag.
easy way to bypass that. Don't go through the rocks.
I was going over them, and it missed the jump.
Anyway, moving back onto the topic. That's my point.
Moving
Prime
back
prime
on.
locations, some do exist, but some don't. Prime lots are about views, Bridge Troll says. That too.
And Laz, you have to refix your Moobot to whenever you're doing the bundle me to not have the whisper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're still whispering. Anytime
Yeah.
you reset it, you have to uncheck that.
What do you mean every time you have to reset it? I haven't had to log into it since the last time I did it.
Okay.
And if you're telling me if
you
I
still
draw a
haven't
winner,
you
if
still
I
haven't
draw winners and then I restart a new one, I got to do it, then that ain't happening. I ain't taking
no
the
no
time
no
to do
no
it.
no. It's anytime you actually have to like retype all the bundle me stuff
Yeah,
and things
no.
like that, which happens occasionally.
And they can just deal with the spam.
Well, let's reduce annoyances. Berrigan, back on topic as far as global item search. I don't think it's a matter of experience. It's more like there are only 2 or 3 actual developers, and the effort to implement such a thing is pretty huge. 2 or 3 actual developers. Ooh.
Somebody
Followed
say
that
that
up
out
with
loud.
yeah, someone said it out loud on the forums. He got it for free. In order to make it actually useful, they would need to migrate all the vendor data permanently to a separate database or server or servers. Having a week or monthly disparity would just make it frustrating for players. Warrior B. Patrick with greetings, Berrigan. Do you think the weekly prices of base items would change that much? I've seen vendors with multi-weekly pricing that's not much different from their post date. I think that a weekly update would be a reasonable time frame, more current than a month and less work that daily.
I think you meant then.
Also, for automation purposes, does the API capture vendor sales and prices? I think I remember that it can tell you what a vendor sold on which date. If it does show price, it could be scrapped and dumped to an out-of-game website that functions as a global list.
It does not, because the other price guide that exists out there, aside from the VMC price guide, relies on players to actually submit their buy sell data, and then they aggregate it that way because it's not scrapable from the API.
Yeah. Then Berrigan with, it's not about the pricing, it's about the availability. You may go to a vendor only to find out that it has been cleaned out of all the items you're looking for. That's all. There's also the issue of taxing the current system. Migrating to a separate database would be best. Anything else is half-assing it. Our developers have never half-assed anything.
No, never. Waiting for Bridge Troll's comments on that.
Tina's like, I pushed and pushed and pushed, and finally I gave birth to something.
What's that? For them to actually have the API be able to spit the prices out so that it can be aggregated on a website so that it would make your price guide listings a lot easier?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's what Tina's referring to.
Something like that. But hey, you know what time it is?
It's the butt, because Stradia is looking for the butt.
No, it's the butt.
I thought Stradia had the butt, but...
Well... But Stymie, the Savage Furry, getting the streamer bundle from me.
And the Bridge Troll getting a streamer bundle on this side. Let's see.
Congratulations. Okay, so after you hit archive, and then you click on...
Yeah, I can actually do it
giveaway.
here.
Do the scroll down for show advanced options and uncheck that box that says privately whisper the user unsuccessful enter into the giveaway. And then go hit the bullhorn thingy for...
Yeah, I ain't doing that every time.
Well, you don't have to do it every time.
Oh, apparently I do.
No.
We'll find out.
You just never did it before.
I did. I took care of it last time somebody complained about it.
Well, we talked about it, but we were in the middle of a giveaway.
No, I did it later on that day. Something happened. I had to do it, and anyway.
Well, Dwip, let us know if you receive a text message now saying, or a whisper saying, hey, you've entered the giveaway.
There you go, Bridge Troll.
Yes. But yeah.
Let's see what Tina's got to say
there. Tina made it clear that if they had implemented the public API data with all the sales data, he would have...
You're jumping the gun because he's got, a whole bunch of other stuff there before that alluded to it. So you just read the last post instead of reading all the other posts that...
maybe add some indexing to the database.
Maybe you had a real database and not a key store. Yeah.
Maybe fix the shit.
Yeah.
Don't use MongoDB for everything.
And he says, I'm sure I wouldn't have been alone. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, Tina. But as always, our boy Segalian.
Query up. We're going to the dollhouse.
Yeah, because one way or the other, he's still got more to say on this topic. and,
Items for the
uh,
dollhouse.
and I love his outlook on this, basically parroting what we say all the time, but let's have it.
Like any game, Sota is a business.
Business,
Every
man, business.
business needs to know what its product is, what it is selling. You may think that the product is an MMORPG. You may think that the product is a sandbox online game. I see Shroud of the Avatar as a virtual dollhouse action figure playset.
They said.
The main draw isn't the adventure or the Ultima trappings. To me, the main draw for the game and what should be the primary business model is the selling of virtual items.
And Bridge Troll agrees. That is all that it is. Very large dollhouse.
I think this is why Richard Gere got so interested in NFTs and ownership of virtual goods. Richard understood what the ultimate long-term draw was. It wasn't new quests, new zones, or even new enemies. It was new items.
Shinies.
For the short time
Where are
that
my
Portalarium
shinies?
had the game, there's an amazing number of items in game. And from what I understand, the items were the most profitable aspect of the game. I think there was some concern with people buying one-time only items and reselling them, of which they add.
Well, we lost you.
Palm hit the mute button.
Yeah. Of which what?
Of which that was the actual promoted business model.
Yes, there's
Come get these rares, and you know what? You can resell them. You know what? I
two and a
remember
half
that
to
time
3
that
hour
keep
video posted from the very first BMC convention on my website,
Yeah.
where you can see them talk about RMTs and the actions, reactions, and of course, Richard
It,
remembers the days when Ultima Online items are selling for millions of dollars online.
no. It was
Millions.
like $10,000 for a castle lot in
I
UO.
thought I
It was
thought
like one of the largest.
I thought a lot sold for like $1 million plus.
No, it was 10,000.
Let's take a look at this. Oh, Google.
Google UO castle sold eBay 10,000. Dun 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 dun. Ultima castles for sale. Da, 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 da. GameSpot. Ooh. One character sold for 521. Da, 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 da. A keep
Yeah,
deed 100, 500,000. That was 1,500.
it's
Blah,
actually
blah,
looks
blah.
like it's just giving me feedback on stuff that's currently for sale, even though
Yeah, but it was one where it was an old castle in UO that sold for $10,000, and that piqued Richard's interest, even though that was against the terms of UO back in the day. Da, 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 da. But there's a lot of things. But yeah, that's what Richard always mentions in his speeches was that castle or keep that sold for 10,000.
anyway, the prices were outrageous,
Yes.
and people were eating it up.
Yes. And that's where the premise was, you know what? Land is going to be extremely rare. Houses are going to be rare. The most valuable lots are going to be waterfront property. We're going to do all these things. And then the player-owned towns was actually supposed to be limited to like 5 or 10. That's
Said it
what they
was like
initially
25
thought. That,
originally.
but then it became, hey, we keep on making money off of these. Why should we stop selling them?
Yes.
And the originally every single player-owned town owner was supposed to actually have a unique player-owned town that was custom designed. So they would actually have a design session with the artist. But then it's like after they sold 75 towns or something, they're like, we don't have the resources for this. And Paxlayer was born from here's a solution. You can have this template and
Rotate
as it was designed. Yeah, you can rotate it, you can change the entrances, you can do these things. And this is my logic for this. You have all these things that are equidistant from each other. And not only that, you end up with, okay, I'm thinking of PvP, I'm thinking of all these things that they put into thought with Paxlayer did, because it gets attributed to Winfield, but Winfield isn't the one that actually designed it. I can't remember who actually designed it. It was from the Paxlayer team.
So some commentary from the peanut gallery out there. Just like Google isn't a search company, it's an advertising company. From Tina.
Yeah.
Sagalian says, just like big publishers who undercut at a GameStop reselling business. Yeah, sorry. Once it's out of your hands, it's out of your hands. And I'm sure Portalarium wanted a cut of the real resale market. Well, then they should have opened up their own marketplace.
So that is actually where Shroud Marketplace came into being. Was early on, there was a discussion about the guy that ran the Second Life market that sold to Second Life. He was collecting a bunch of shit in Shroud of the Avatar. He was buying up accounts. He was buying everything he could at one bit. But Shroud Marketplace came into being before majority of the markets as an idea from what happened in Second Life.
Well, also, as I recall, before the actual birth of Shroud Marketplace, while there was several different resellers out there on the market, there was no real way for them to handle it. Everybody had, they were either using the forums, or there was no real web interface where you could just go list something, buy something, and have it all taken care of in one portal. You had to message somebody. You had to wait for them to get back to you. You had to set up the transaction. You had to go to PayPal. Yeah. You had to make sure that they got the money. You had to make sure you weren't getting ripped off. Whereas, the Shroud Marketplace, when it was born and implemented, it made it so that anybody could list it. And then once you made your purchase through Shroud Marketplace, that was all handled automatically, and only the seller had to just make the delivery to you.
Yes. And it was one where it's like, yes, prior to Shroud Marketplace, there was a huge dependence on the forums and third parties, especially, what's his name? Andernut, for brokering services. Some people would turn over the account to Andernut. Andernut would then, verify that payment was made and payment was received, and then send the account credentials over.
Maynard hits the hammer, the nail on the head with the hammer right services. There. Yeah. Portalarium got their cut when I bought the item. When I bought the item, it became mine, just like I've always said. Yeah, I bought my phone from Samsung. If I want to resell my phone, Samsung does not deserve to get a cut of my resale price of my used phone. They got it when I bought it from them.
But that's where it's like, if Samsung actually created another market on their website where it's like, hey, here's these used phones that you can purchase, which means that someone sold the phone back to Samsung. Samsung then like refurbishes it, which they kind of do already.
They do that,
but
but
it is possible.
they
And
don't pay
they
you
are taking,
anything for that phone. They pay you like pennies on the dollar, which is
yes,
bullshit. Yeah.
but this is one where Portnip was extremely short-sighted on their view on how this stuff is handled. Since every single item in the game actually has a unique ID in the database, it really becomes, okay, we're going to go ahead and automatically escrow something. And then once you've got it embedded into the website, okay, you put this item up for sale for real money. It's out of your inventory. We're escrowing it automatically. And then once payment's been made, then we're releasing the item. It's the same thing that Steam did with all their games and the ability to actually buy and sell things from other players. It's like they're just taking a percentage of every single transaction. That's how you get residuals.
That's PayPal, that's eBay, that's every payment processor. They take a little cut
Yes.
of every
Yeah.
transaction you make. That's how they make money.
And you sit there and it's like, okay, out of the thousands of transactions that have been done on Shroud Marketplace, do you know how many of them were fraudulent?
Less, I would say you can count them on less than one hand. Yeah.
Yeah, count them on less than one hand. Zero. Yeah. There have been several people that have issued refunds because, hey, you know what? I don't have the access to this item anymore, but
Oh, I
a
forgot I
refund
sold
is
that to
completely
somebody
different.
else. Yes.
It's not a, hey, I paid for this and it was
And I
never
didn't get
delivered,
it.
which
Yes.
resulted in a chargeback. So that has never happened at Shroud Marketplace, which is kind of scary.
What? Port didn't get enough money and they wanted more? Yeah, they wanted more of the money for the stuff you already bought from them. Absolutely. That was
that's
the idea between packaging up heritage items was we want more money to package it up so you can trade it, which of course you know what happened to that.
Not
We got
only
rid of
that, we've already created this artwork. Let's just resell these items. It's not really going to piss anybody off.
Still got no problem with that. Still have no
Well,
problem with that.
No. Where we do have problems with that because they didn't change the artwork. Had they changed the colors on a bunch of shit, we wouldn't have any problems with it.
Oh, that's what I thought you just said.
No. This was them taking the shortcut of re-releasing items that
re-releasing items without got a big problem with that. Big problem with that.
Substantial amount of the paying consumer player base.
And dropping the prices of said items. But
yes. It's like
$700 airship for $100. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the topic at hand.
That was them making lazy business decisions.
Everybody should have access.
Some concern with people buying one time only. Oh wait, we already talked about that.
Yeah, I think
I wish Catnip
Warrior.
I wish Catnip would lean more heavily into the virtual items and recipes to create those items. I know we still get new items from time to time, but why not bring back the telethons? Get rid of the vault items in the Crown Shop and replace it with new items each month that are only available for the month and then gone forever. Instead of some new items from time to time, release 20 new items each month, not just some color variations of existing items. What keeps me coming back has always been the wide selection of items. Warrior B. Patrick's like, I disagree with you. The game should be fun to play and encourage exploration of the environment and the skill system. To have a game that is based on collecting items only appeals to us collectors, and after a while you get tired of collecting because you always miss something and then your collection is not complete.
Warrior B. Patrick.
With this.
The problem with this. That's where you have the secondary market, which means you can buy, sell, trade. Market. And if you're missing something that you really want, then you can go hunting for it. You can make offers for it, which makes that rares market even more intriguing. That's what we're pointing to. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like you need that secondary market to fill that gap.
I've experienced.
Yes, he's collected everything from all the telethons, Make-A-Wish, and monthly rewards. If you want to see any of these items, please visit my lot in New Fawn between No Reach and Mud.
Shameless self-promotion.
Yeah, shameless. I play primarily to have fun, and collecting is just something I do. There are lots of people that were creating museums of artifacts.
Several of them out there, actually.
Several of them. I have sold several items to those shops off of shroudmarketplace.com. But yes, then Segalian, I feel like it goes without saying that the game should be fun to play. How do you encourage exploration through an ever-growing list of items to find from adventuring? You want this rare item, then you have to complete the quest or battle these monsters. Soda keeps bringing me back to the King's Quest or the sci-fi fantasy movies of the 70s and 80s. I keep thinking of Conan the Barbarian in terms of going on adventures, fighting monsters, and gathering magical, powerful items. I spent over 1,600 hours in the game, and I can't even remember anything truly wonderful I have obtained through my adventures. I certainly have gotten a single piece of gear that was as good or better than something I could find in the nearest town.
Yeah, now let's talk about that. So, see, there is one of them things that has been left out of this game, which is ultra rare drops. Okay, where you have to delve deep into a dungeon, and you have like a 1 in 500,000 chance of getting this uber ultra rare piece of equipment, or uber ultra rare weapon, or some kind of enchanted something, doohickey that you've found this kind of stuff, especially in Ultima Online, but in many other games where you actually had to do the runs over and over and over, and you had to spend the time, and the quest for said item was what made it fun. Not that you were looking for new stuff, but you had to do that same thing over and over repetitively, and it was the challenge of trying to get that item that made it fun. It wasn't the fact that you already knew how to kill the mob, or you already knew how to kill the boss, or you knew how to negotiate the trap system, whatever. It was the thrill of trying to get that ultra rare item as a drop, not even as something you could buy in a store, but as a drop. Yes. Like a shiny Pokemon, like Pika.
But Laz, that also requires them to actually adjust the enemy AI, so that way people actually have to change their combat strategies. I've been having conversations with someone that's actually going to release videos on YouTube of him one-shotting dragons in Shroud.
Oh, I'd like to see that. That'd be nice.
Yes, one-shotting dragons. But it's one where people are out there soloing the hardest mobs in Shroud, which should not happen. Which means you have to change the enemy AI, not just add a 0 to their hit points. Well, otherwise, you end up with the guy that took 15
AI,
hours to solo a raid.
I said, doesn't matter the enemy AI. It's the chance of the rare loot drop.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, that goes back to Shroud Math and loot drops.
RNG3, yes.
Yeah. But Shroud Math, it's like, how many artifacts do you have in your inventory from casually hunting?
None.
I have lots.
Not really. I mean,
you don't have a lot of artifacts in your inventory? Oh, wait, you haven't hunted recently.
Well, you're talking about, those rings and but see, those aren't rare.
Yeah, but
and I can go to a marketplace and buy them, and they took the fun of finding an ultra rare. Let's go back to let's say, let me bring up my character sheet. Let's bring this up. Let's talk about it this way. Let's talk about just say the BMC ring, okay, for example. Okay, in order to get the epic BMC ring, you have to collect like 300 BMC
32?
Rings. Yeah, whatever it is. You got to combine
32
4.
Or 64.
Yeah, you got to combine 4 to make the one ring, and then you got to combine 8 to make the second ring, and then you got to combine. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more than that. I think it's like closer to 128 because you got
Oh,
to.
that's for 2 rings, but for 1, I think it's 32 or 64.
Well, for every one you want to make, you've got to combine 2. So if you had to put 4 and 4 together to combine 1, and then the next level, well, then you get left with 1 ring, and now you got to go make that ring all over again to get. I mean, it's a lot of fucking work. First off, but instead of making an extra rare loot
It
drop
might be
of the
128. Yeah.
of the epic ring, they make you go out and get hundreds of the lesser rings.
128. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I think it would have been so much easier just to create these, ultra rare drops of these, items than to have the common, uncommon, and make them,
Hey, but that was a crafting improvement, Laz. They spent months on crafting improvements.
yes, but that wasn't an improvement by any means.
Yeah, no, it was not. And it
And
was
again,
months of wasted.
none of these artifacts, as you're calling them, are ultra rares because they're
No.
everywhere. You can get
Yeah,
them
they're
anywhere.
all over the place.
I
Yeah.
mean, if I can run over here, yeah. Well, I don't have many on me. Let's see, because long
Oh,
before,
wait, Laz. Let's just bring up the vendor listings in Zone
well, I'm going to run over to
and
my
do a search
chest.
for artifacts.
We can do that too while I'm doing this.
Which
Well,
actually shows how fucking common this shit is.
yeah, but I can just go over to my chest over here, and at one point, again, before this change ever took place, I was collecting artifacts, as you're going to see here on by this inventory sheet in a second.
Oh, the PAX ring for the essences.
Yeah, like I've got a bunch of Akara's plate helm of defense. I've got a bunch of Ankhs of sacrifice. I've actually got an extra Bachanel belt. Belts of the brutal butcher, cutlasses of the swashbuckler, flutes of defiance, lavaliers of the lagomorph, loot of discordant notes, pax rings. Oh, look at how many pax rings I got.
Well, at one point in time, you were collecting PAX rings and buying them for like 1,000 gold each.
Yeah, well, rings of luck. Yeah, I mean, I have rings of greater luck. Yeah, I mean, rings of the mouse, sages, sash, shards of the night. I mean, I got such a list of all these, and these are all, as you notice, legacies. Why is the ring of luck not either legacy, common, or uncommon? What's the story with that?
Stupidity.
Yeah. The 15% wishing well reward chance. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, which was another, but you'll notice these are all legacy. Yeah, all legacy stuff. Yeah. So now that I've just, yeah. So they're by no means rare. As we want to define it.
Yes.
Can
and
you?
Bridge was like, "You're making me remember the whole artifacts are awesome." Followed by, "Artifacts are worthless. Melt them down." Stupid devs.
Now, is there a artifacts? Yeah, there it is, artifacts. So
yeah,
here are all the artifacts that are available. Boots of the energetic tamer, belts of control. I closed the
window.
Focus batteries.
But yeah, there's a ton of artifacts, even in Owl's Head. And
this is just one list in one town. Yeah. The Ringmaster's vest. Yeah, you know what I did notice? Let me see if is there any Hearts of Roll in here? I noticed that the
I didn't look. I closed it.
Yeah. Yeah, Hearts of Roll. 8,900. Those things used to sell for upwards of 100,000 gold apiece. Now they're under 10,000 gold apiece. I mean, used to make the Warlock's chain.
Hey, remember that super awesome spell that you can cast after you complete the quest of the Avatar? There's like 3 different quests or
Yeah,
spells that you can cast that are supposed to be super awesome, and then you're gonna have to go redo that quest part to get the element.
yes. Well,
Do you know anybody that's used that's either any of those spells in the last year?
I don't personally, but that's a topic for another day because this day is about done with,
Oh yes.
and we've got to wrap things up. And my kitty's trying to get in the house and go eat, but she can't because the door's
Yes.
closed over there. So let's go ahead and wrap things up for voice training. Yeah, there you go. There's a good one.
Yeah.
And do some giveaways.
Let's half-ass things continuously.
And then wonder why people complain.
Yes. Then Thraddy is getting a bundle from me.
And Mom's getting herself a whole bunch of bottles, hopefully. Go, Mom.
Andrea is getting a game key from me. She's getting Wolfenstein 3D.
Oh, very cool.
Woohoo!
I just recently
Yeah.
added the Wolfenstein 3D. Plays a little bit faster and a little clunkier on these newer PCs.
You need to go change those settings. Congratulations.
Yeah. And let's go ahead and let me get this to Mom first. And then we will pick our game key winner. And today, I think I'm going to give away a nice bundle today because it is Friday.
Oh, yes.
So that is done. So everybody hold on to your hats as I close the giveaway. I pick ourselves a winner. And Division Bell, first time
That's
winner.
a new name.
Yeah, that's a first time winner. Division Bell, you're going to get yourself a copy of Val Farris and Slain double pack. We're at $37.98. Congratulations to you and welcome to the stream. Yeah, I haven't seen you chat here, but congratulations. And of course, again, thank you to all you folks, because without you guys and gals, we wouldn't be here going on 9 years, and we do appreciate it. So thank you all. Of course, we'll be back with more on Monday right here on NBNN. Until then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you all on Monday.